Thanks a lot for that. And of course, Steve Brown's joining us, the president of Family Physiotherapy, for our Healthy Living segment. Great to have you on. And you've got a great guest with you today, Steve.
Wonderful guest.
Doug Smith, who's a former NHLer, 5 teams, but most of the career with the LA Kings. They drafted you, you played with them. And you have a remarkable story. So the story in the book is called The Trauma Code. And for you, Steve, bringing Doug on, there's a lot that the two of you benefit from in terms of each of what you do.
Yeah, we have some amazing people in the city, and I love local stories, and definitely Doug is a local amazing story. And it's the empathy that we get. We had Doug in recently to speak to all of our physiotherapists, and it's to see what goes on the other side in terms of somebody living the experience of having a traumatic brain injury and or a traumatic injury. And so it's really nice for our physios to understand that and get that side of the story.
1992? That's when it was. So a freak accident on the ice, head first into the boards, and your life changed.
It feels like yesterday. Yeah, it feels like yesterday, and it was a transition from trying to be the best in the world to trying to be the best for the world. It was an awakening for me. I spent the first half of my life unconsciously competent, and when I broke my neck and was paralyzed, I quickly became consciously competent and began to study how the mind works.
Your body was the first thing, or I guess at that point your mind was telling your body that it needed to heal. What was that process like from having the initial injury to doctors saying that you would never walk again and to where you are right now?
I do a lot of work with people who have had spinal cord injuries, and I haven't met one yet that didn't want to die at some point, and I was suicidal myself. If it wasn't for my wife of 24 years, Patty, I wouldn't have got through that period of time. I asked her to help me kill myself just about a week into the process, and we had a newborn. My youngest daughter was born a week before. I was paralyzed, and we had a 2-year-old, and so there wasn't really any other option. She didn't give me a choice, and the one thing about being a quadriplegic is you can't do it on your own.
It is amazing to see the transition, and so you're helping people with this book see that trauma or see how trauma could kind of vary themselves into different points of their lives. It's remarkable to see what you've done.
Well, we all experience trauma. Every single one of us experiences, but every single trauma is different. And what trauma does is it gets us stuck. It can get us stuck in relationships. It can get us stuck in sports if we're trying to achieve high levels of sport, and it can get us stuck in our business. And what this book does is it helps people get unstuck. We know 100% of people are going to get stuck. We all know that. And if you believe you're going to get through life without getting stuck, it's just not going to happen. And so what this book does is it helps you get unstuck, and it helps you prepare for being stuck so that when you do get stuck, you can move on.
Well, when you were writing this, or what was the thought process behind writing it as to who you were writing it for? Were you writing it for people who were going through something similar to you? Where was your mindset in terms of who you wanted to help with this?
Well, I had to get it out of my system. There's principles in here that helped me get to the National Hockey League. I was put into leg braces as a child when I was just 18 months old, and I managed to get to the National Hockey League by the time I was 18. And then, I went on to experience more trauma and get over those trauma, and then breaking my neck and recovering and starting several businesses locally and going through the trauma of owning your own business and the people relationships and what I had to learn. So it was really to get it out of myself. I needed to get it out of myself and leave something meaningful behind. Again, being the best for the world, instead of striving to dominate, I was conditioned to knock people down, intimidate them, and take what they have, and expose every weakness. And once hockey's over, that no longer serves you.
The people, though, that do serve you are the people that were a part of your life and helped you get back to where you are. And so there's an interesting combination in terms of you talking to a physiotherapist or talking from the other side as to what the needs really are.
Yeah, it's wonderful speaking to people who are working in the physio world, because I sat on the other side of the table. And today I help other people who have been injured recover as well. I have to. I don't have a choice. And so the opportunity to work with Family Physio was a wonderful opportunity for me.
It's amazing to see. It's called The Trauma Code, Unlocking Your Performance. Stories of so many different parts of your life that probably will reach out to each of you, especially with the we all get stuck, and I think that's the key right there. You can find the book. It's just released, about 3 weeks on the market. Are you happy? It's nice that it's finally out.
I'm ecstatic. I've been sitting in a chair for many years, and my family been thinking I was crazy. So now I'm out there telling the world and look forward to talking to people.
Well, congratulations. There's a look at the book, The Trauma Code. We have a copy actually to give away. We're going to do it via email, and that's going to be at ottawacontest@ctv.ca. ottawacontest@ctv.ca. Let us know one of the teams that Doug Smith played for in the NHL. That's going to be a little research for those of you, and some of you know it right offhand. Congratulations. You're always great to see you.
Thanks very much, Ian. Thank
All
you.
right, we do have to take a short break. I think we're going to be checking back in with Sarah Freemark. Still plenty more to come, but we got to head into commercial.